I've discovered on my mission,
Yeah.
like this feeling of like anger, and like I don't want to say I felt anger for the first time at 18, but I remember feeling like a feeling that I was like, what is this feeling? Like, why do I feel so like not good? And I was like, am I angry right now? And so like I just kind of put it together that like I was just frustrated. Like the mission, it happens.
Rough.
Some people just for whatever reason, like your companion or maybe your investigators, people you're teaching, or anything really, like the weather. It's you get a bunch of different emotions that maybe you won't even have felt until then. Who knows? But yeah, I can remember like feeling anger for the first time. Like
So you're just
on my mission.
you're just naturally.
Yeah,
so what
I
we're getting from
definitely-
this is you never gotten angry, and when you gotten angry for the first time on your mission, you're just like,
I couldn't even
I don't
describe
even
it.
know what
I
this
was like,
is.
I was like,
What is anger?
happening?
welcome back to another podcast with AlphaChat. So today, for our guest, we have Colin Ross. Our two hosts, Henry and Mateen.
Welcome, Colin. Thank you for coming on the show, Colin. Really appreciate it. So why don't you tell us about yourself? Oh, well, first I can introduce you. You went to Glendora High School.
Yep.
And what year did you graduate in?
2016.
2016. Nice.
That's quite a long time ago.
Yep, I'm
Yeah.
old.
3 years ago.
He's an old man.
Yep.
I was 16 when you graduated.
Yeah, so we were freshmen.
Random facts.
Yeah.
Why don't you explain like what'd you do after high school? Where'd you go after that?
So right after high school, I went on a mission for my church. I went to Argentina, and I was there for 2 years. So I was there for 2 years, just kind of doing my thing, and then I came back, and I went to Brigham Young University in Utah, and yep, that's what I've been doing.
Okay, so I guess the biggest question, number one question, is like, how'd you get started into Bachelor Provo? Like, what? Like, was there like a casting call? Was there an audition? Did you just know?
So maybe we should like do a little background on Bachelor Provo.
Oh, true. Why don't you start?
Colin has he and a bunch of other people. There's like a pretty big cast. Like I saw like the description had like
Quite
all
the
these
crew.
people. Like,
Yeah.
there's a pretty big crew. It's like a pretty big production. He did this sort of like satire on the Bachelor on ABC, but he did it like within Provo, Utah, in the BYU community, which is like known to be like I think like on the college ranking list for like the best party schools. It's like at the very bottom. So
I think it is on the bottom.
yeah. So like
I did not know that.
That's like the idea. It's supposed to be like a funny like satire on The Bachelor because it's like it's like a very like conservative like not like it's not. I'm like
Yeah, there's not like crazy drinking problems.
Yeah, there's not like
there.
drinking problems.
And, I mean,
like, the dating life isn't like the best.
yeah, and
maybe.
people don't always try to get hammered like normal colleges.
yeah.
So
It's very complicated, unique scene, I'd say.
Yeah, so we started that on YouTube, and it got pretty popular. The first episode got like 70,000 views.
Yeah, at least.
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm looking at it right now. 71,000
Yeah,
views.
well, that was after we deleted the first one because of copyright issues. So we even
Oh.
Yeah, let's talk about that. That was really
Copyright
interesting.
issues.
Yeah.
Okay,
Why were
so
you guys copyrighted?
it was called The Bachelor Provo at first, right?
Provo.
Yeah, so that was the original name, and because of so many views, I think we released 2 episodes, and it got the attention of Warner Brothers, which is like the owner of The Bachelor on ABC.
Whoa, guys.
Yeah, and so it got the
big stuff.
attention of them, and they basically just they shut down our videos, and we were like, hey, like what's up with that? And basically it was under a copyright due to the name and like the rose ceremony that we were doing, and so instead of like fighting them on that, we just kind of changed the name. We didn't want any issues with that, so we changed the name. We took down our videos, we took out the roses, and so we made basically our own show.
Yeah.
But it's copying the
So
real
now,
show.
so now it's called Provo's Most Eligible.
What I don't get is it's supposed to be like a satire, right? So it's supposed you're supposed to take it's like a parody.
In a sense. So some people can take it that way,
Yeah.
I don't think we meant it.
Oh, you didn't.
Originally, we wanted to do like the real show. We wanted me to find a real girlfriend. The way it turned out was, some people took it as a satire. Obviously, some people wanted it to be real. Obviously, it wasn't all completely real. We had to do some stuff twice, or like we filmed a couple scenes for fun.
Yeah, of course.
And so it kind of became our own like creation, like our own monster, I guess you could say. Which is like, is it a satire? Is it
No,
real?
but did you start it out like knowing that you were already like basically imitating the actual.
Yeah,
You
so,
knew
so
that.
we knew we were gonna copy basically the show 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
And,
That was the goal.
And it ended up going in a different way.
Right.
But the show is
It
what you
ended
want
up doing
it to be.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it did very
And
well.
did you guys think it would do that well?
We never thought it would be that way.
Yeah.
Right. So
Never.
if it got like 1,000 views, I don't think Warner Brothers would have cared.
Oh no.
But it's
not at
like
all.
I got how was it? How much?
70,000 on the first
No,
one.
but
Yeah.
what about the first release?
So the first one we got, I think, up to like 80.
Oh,
So
wow.
I
Okay.
think combined with that,
Combined.
it's over 100.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
okay.
that's
Easy.
very nice.
But yeah, we like the first weekend that we released it, it started getting up to like 10,000, and we were just like like our minds were
Whoa.
blown. People were
Yeah.
like commenting, like it got kind of big just like on local social media,
yeah.
and like people were like even made like a podcast the first night we released it, just like a small one. They never did anything else with it, but like it just became like so much bigger than we thought, and it was so crazy to see.
Did you like? How did you? I guess let's go back to my original question. How did you? I guess get into this.
Oh right. Okay. So basically, my roommate and I had never I never met my roommate before the school year started. So we were both random roommates. We lived together, and we both just had like a passion, or not like a passion per se, but like a hobby of film.
Okay.
And so we wanted to kind of do our own project, and we were talking at like an activity in our like apartment complex area. We were talking to some people, and they were talking about how like the show The Bachelor, the real show, and my roommate watches the show and I hadn't, and so we were just kind of talking about the idea and how it would be fun to do ourselves. And so from there we just kind of got some crazy ideas, and well, Remy put the ideas together and he put out flyers, and then from there we just kind of started it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you started it.
Yeah, so it was Remy and I, but
It was a
Remy really
co.
took the initiative on it.
Yeah.
I kind of had like the idea it would be fun.
Yeah.
He really put it all together, and I helped him along the way. Like we put
Yeah.
ideas. We were like we
Mhm.
kept working together.
So how
but,
many people like worked on it in total?
That's a good question. It started off with Remy and I,
Mhm.
and then Remy, he has a friend who does film stuff like for his work. And
Okay, right.
We brought him in because
That's
we
what
knew
I was
that-
thinking. That's what I was thinking. It looks
Yeah.
very nice.
Yeah,
It's
it's very
like the
professional.
production value is not like I could see you're following like rule
Really,
of
it's funny 'cause
thirds. There's
some
like
people,
stuff.
some people would say the opposite.
Oh, really?
We were all amateurs, you know. We both,
Right.
Every single one of us was really just.
But you can
kind of
tell it's
You,
not.
you put some like
exploring.
effort into it. You didn't just like get a
Yeah,
camera,
like it's like an
so-
iPhone or
That's
something.
the funny
That's what I'm
part. So
saying.
I was in my head when we were planning it. I was thinking like iPhone, maybe like basic cameras.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And then so our friend Carson, Remington's friend, he has another friend who's like actually in the industry.
Okay.
And so his name is Matthew. And so the first night, Matthew brought out like all these official like lights. He had a decent camera, you know, and we had a sound like a microphone like hanging.
Like a
and-
boom pole thing.
Yeah, like a boom.
Okay.
And so I had no idea like expecting that. Like Remy was like, oh yeah, to show up at 8 at this house. We'll film it. It'll be like pretty quick, like whatever, just like look nice. I was like, sure,
Uh-huh.
whatever. You know, I was nervous.
You're like
meeting
all
the girls. I was nervous just like to meet the girls, and
Yeah.
then I
Yeah.
show up and there's all these production lights and like microphones, and I was like, oh my gosh, like starting to freak out just because like this was more of a production than I thought.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, Remy, what the heck? Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
where did you put this like together? I was so shocked, but yeah, so it was just like basically the four of us. Matthew would help out sometimes, so mostly the three of us. Carson would edit, and Remy would help too. I actually didn't do as much on the production as I would like to. You know, I was mostly behind the camera, but it was cool to see. And then we had a couple other friends come and go just as volunteers.
Yeah.
And then as more viewers like kept watching, we got a couple requests, and we got some photographers like, hey, I want to come to your shoots and like take pictures of you guys. Hey, and then we had people like, hey, you can come at our venue. Hey, come to like this restaurant. We'll pay for the food. You just come.
Wow.
And so we got a
That's
ton
so
of people
cool.
from the community just like volunteering and offering services. So it was super helpful. And so our crew like more or less got up to like, who knows, between 10 people some nights. You know,
That's crazy.
and including the girls, it would be like 30. You know.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But-
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you guys make money off of it? Like, did you put ads on?
Yeah, yeah. Let's talk about the revenue.
Social
No.
Blade. Let's see.
If I'm so broke, you know, it wasn't. We didn't make money off of it.
Yeah, it's like one, you're not trying to be awkward in real life, but two, when you go on camera, it's a whole different level. I don't know why. It's like someone's watching you. It seems like, or
I
something.
feel like it's like
the fact that anybody
you
can
know
watch
that
it.
so it's recording, so you want to do good or
yeah,
something like
it's,
that.
it's the idea of wanting to do so
Yeah.
good.
And then like
just
I
wanna
feel like
impress
you like
everybody
don't
watching.
you don't like your mind gets clouded and you're just like thinking about I gotta like do good, be good for the
it's
camera.
also a subconscious thing too. It's like subconsciously you're just like, let me look perfect for the
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And here's the thing about like a dating show is like you want to look good for like the person you want to date, you know. So
Yeah.
there's already that like
Oh,
factor
so
of like you're
a
nervous,
double whammy.
you're nervous dating like another girl or meeting 22 girls at once. You're nervous for that, and then just like the fact that you know that hundreds of like 100,000 people are gonna watch this,
Mm-hmm.
and then you also know that like what you say is gonna be dumb or you know whatever, and so
Yeah.
you're just like nervous that it all adds up and.
Yeah.
It doesn't come out sometimes, but
So like, yeah, the fact that you want to be perfect all the time, like you end
Yeah.
up just like choking sometimes.
The dating life there. I've heard it's interesting.
yeah, I've actually given this a great deal of thought. Not necessarily like the dating
All right, let's
part,
hear
for
Colin's
me,
thought.
Yeah, let's hear.
but the reason why my show or like our show, Remy and I, like and everyone else that was a part of it, that our show got so big, was because you know BYU and our culture, our Mormon culture, takes dating so seriously. You know,
Yeah,
everyone seems like
yeah.
they're getting married so young, and so it's obviously like a big deal for most of our lives. You know, and so everyone is just like so interested in dating, and so when we have a show about dating, people are interested, and so they start watching it, even if they don't necessarily like it, they're interested in it. You know, and so it was funny because so much of our show really portrayed a lot of what Provo is. You know, girls you know they're not dating just one, not like they're like cheating on people, but like
It's
they're
not
not
exclusive.
exactly. So like if they go on one date with one guy, they can go on another date with another guy the next night, you know, and it's not a big deal because they're not like together, they're just kind of like you know interested in each other, and maybe it's not going to go further, but maybe it does. And so many guys and girls are just dating like a lot, you know, going on small dates or maybe going on multiple dates. But then, you know, like a girl out of nowhere could be like, look, I want to stop seeing you. I'm actually like kind of getting serious with another guy. And so it's crazy because it happened with me,
Mhm.
Oh,
you know, and
Yeah.
then so many girls are going on missions, which
That's
is,
rough.
and so many guys are like coming back from missions or leaving on missions too, where it's like, we have a culture of, you know, leaving for a year and a half or 2 years where it's like, okay, well, if I was dating this person or if I want to date this person and they're leaving, well, like why try or maybe I'll wait for this person or you know it's so many different
Factors.
aspects and factors
Factors,
that
yeah.
come into it where it's like it's very unique, and so it was kind of crazy just realizing that for me on this show.
Yeah. For
You gotta,
guys,
like make a web to figure out everyone. You're like, all right, this person's boyfriend is coming back in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Honestly, you're like, I have, you know, I know this person's waiting for their boyfriend on the mission, so I've got 2 years, you know, to like kind of
Got like one of those charts where there's like red
yeah.
tape everywhere.
Dang.
like a criminal.
Yeah.
you know, some people probably could do it that way, you know.
I mean, because there's a huge like long connections, and she's like, oh yeah, my boyfriend I've been dating for 5 years is coming back, and you're just like, I didn't know that, but
You're like not anymore, you know. Yeah. But yeah, it definitely, I think looking outside, you know, maybe from Matteen's perspective,
Yeah.
it might be like
What
kind
do
of
you
weird,
think?
you know, like.
Well, okay.
going on a
This is,
date one
this is a-
night and then
To be
someone
honest,
else.
I think it's kind of weird.
the
but,
context is this. I mean, the idea is good. The
Yeah.
idea is good. The fact that you don't want to get, I guess, serious too soon with anybody. Trying to move it kind of slow, right?
Mhm.
But while you move it, you don't just focus on one person. I guess you like sort of like have friends, right? So like if I have just you as my friend and you're my only friend, like that's great. We can become great friends. But then I'm missing out on a lot of other good people,
Yeah.
other good friends
Well, I
to
like
make
the
in life.
idea of like Mormon culture, like with dating, because it's like it's much more serious. So like it bypasses like hookup culture, which is like totally
Right.
like confusing.
Yeah,
and,
that's-
like,
that's true,
weird and,
too.
like I don't know.
Well,
I just
here-
feel like that's just like not good to like.
Yeah.
Sorry,
life.
sorry to like interject here,
No,
but
go for
like
it.
No, go.
I think it almost kind of does create like a mini culture of that, where it's just like, you know, maybe we're not interested in that. So you know, you hear phrases like NICMO, which is like
Yeah.
non-committal
don't
know.
makeout.
Oh, so they do.
So
that.
it
You
is
guys
kind of
do
like
that.
it's like a hookup, but you know,
Uh-huh.
you're not going.
You're
like,
not
all the way. You're
serious.
going
Yeah, all the
basically
way. Yeah.
First base, you know.
Mhm.
Got
Got you.
So it creates a culture of that, or if you've heard the word like DERF, which is like.
No, I'm not yet.
Okay.
What is that?
I don't want to be the one to explain that.
Okay, it's-
Look it up. If
But
you
it's
want.
basically, yeah. Just
you
look
think-
at that.
Yeah, all right.
It's not like, okay, I mean, it's like kind of inappropriate.
Okay, then yeah.
But,
We don't have
but,
to.
but yeah, you know, for Peter's ears.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah, gotta
He's so
keep it
pure.
PG.
No, okay. So I was just you know, it's just the fact that like they want to, I guess, explore is a
Yeah,
concept,
and
is a
then-
beginning concept,
And
and
then
then
there's also the opposite of that, where it's like they meet someone for like 2 weeks and they're like, let's get married. You know?
Yeah, but
It's,
I feel like-
super
Yeah,
hyper
yeah, yeah.
crazy.
I
where
feel
it's
like that's
oh my gosh.
that's their, like that's not the plan, But obviously, two people, they meet each other, they have chemistry, they fall in love. It's
Yeah, it's
really
just- it's
hard to
just
stick to the original
from,
plan of
like,
meeting people. If that makes
From
sense.
our perspective, maybe it does kind of make sense, but for like
Yeah.
anybody else, it's like, like
Weird.
less
Yeah,
than
no,
6 months is like
I know people who are
fast.
engaged for like 3 years, and
Yeah,
like they're
exactly.
like,
Or
yeah,
like they're
I'm not
dating for like
100%.
a
Or dating,
decade,
yeah,
and
yeah.
they're just like, they're fine, and maybe they will get married in the future. Maybe they'll just be partners. But I think
Yeah.
we have such an emphasis on marriage that some people just take it like so quick.
I think,
I mean, some people do in like 3 weeks, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty extreme too.
but it's
But
been there.
it's probably happened. And,
I think while we were talking about it, it's just a combination of the fact that we're not serious, and then we're also all of a sudden like the rapid change of
yeah,
seriousness.
and you get a little bit of both. So
it's just a
kinda-
little bit both.
It's
It's
hard
like
to discern
it clashes.
sometimes, but-
Yeah, I think that's weird, but I mean, generally, it makes sense. You try to not get too serious because you want to like meet a lot of people
Yeah.
and find the right one. But then all of a sudden, you also, I don't want to say encourage, but it's like the culture
Yeah.
is to get married kind of fast.
Yeah, people keep asking
Like-
me like, "Hey, why aren't you married?" Or like, "What happened with the girl in the show?" Like, and I'm like, "No, like it was fun." Like to be honest, starting the show, I was never intending on getting married. You know,
Is-
it was
Is
too
the
fast.
what's the average? I guess for guys to get married, is it freshman year, sophomore year,
No, it's
junior
it's
year?
not
senior-
freshmen because usually they're either back from their mission or
Yeah, that's what I'm
on
saying.
a mission or go on a mission. I can't really say because I know people that are
Just all over.
older.
Oh,
It just
okay.
depends. But I have actually tomorrow I'm going to a wedding. I'm going to 2 weddings this weekend.
Wow.
For 2 of my friends.
Okay.
So it's like kids our age. I'm 21. I just turned 21.
Yeah.
Are getting married, and kids younger than me.
Like guys, I know Colin Ross, man. He was on The
Yeah.
Bachelor of Provo.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, you already have like a leg up if you
Yeah.
go back to Provo. Honestly,
yeah,
just say
I did a podcast
I know
with this
Colin,
guy.
and then
Yeah,
they'll be like,
look at
"Oh,
this
what's up?"
video.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Colin and I are
it's honestly
homies.
true though. It's true.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like when my classmates that were not members of our church, they showed me the video. I was like, yeah, you know what? We went to church together.
Yeah.
Back OG Fifth
Yeah.
Ward, Glendora
Trying to get
Fifth
some
Ward.
clout,
He's
you're
getting
like-
some clout off of that.
yeah. It's not like, we
we
just, like,
hung out
talked every
before.
day.
We go over to your house like I don't know. Did we? I feel like I've been over to your house like
Yeah,
once
no,
or
you
twice.
definitely have.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
You've been to my house more even when I was on my mission.
Yeah,
for-
yeah. Actually, yeah. With Frank and
Yeah,
your- the international. I don't know.
No, you
It's-
definitely have. So
Yeah, I was like definitely using you as a way to elevate myself. Colin
More
Ross.
popularity,
funny.
leech.
No, but I feel like okay. One last thing I guess we can talk about before we end this is the fact that I noticed a pattern. The fact that in Glendora High School, like I don't want to say everyone adored you, but at the same time, I do want to say everyone adored you. It's like
No,
this,
everybody
this
liked him. Everybody that I
combination
know.
of
Yeah.
we knew Colin Ross and we liked him. He was, I guess, popular, but like the fact that like it's not like you weren't one of those. It's hard to explain like your popularity or your status.
Yeah.
It's different. It's different. But
It
I feel
is.
like everyone adored you and liked
Yeah.
you for some.
thank
some
you.
reason.
That
Yeah,
means
but I
a
mean, it's
lot.
not like
Yeah,
even
but-
a big mystery.
But
It's like
no,
you have a
but-
very likable.
But you had a
personality.
legacy going out. Like you were what prom?
I was
Homecoming?
homecoming prince. I didn't
Okay.
win.
Oh, you didn't win.
Oh,
Right. But
unfortunately.
still.
Doesn't matter.
It was
Never mind.
it was a big thing though. It was a big thing. I remember.
Is good enough.
Yeah.
I remember you.
I'm no Michael Chase. I didn't win King.
Oh,
Yeah, but
Michael
I-
Chase.
At the same reason, I feel like you left a legacy. I don't know. Was it through ASB or something? But
Well, I was super involved. I did
Yeah.
journalism. I did ASB. I did sports. And I did tennis. And I did track. I did soccer 1 year. Yeah.
no. But when you
So
say
I
that,
got around.
but when you say the name Colin Ross, it has a certain ring to it, and everyone's like,
it does.
"Yeah, Colin Ross." I don't know how to explain it with words, but it's like, it's weird.
It's weird.
You
hearing that
you
from
caught you caught,
but
but you know what I'm talking about, right? The fact, come on, like you have to know that
Yeah.
you walk across
More or
campus,
less.
kids are like, "Oh, hey, Colin, how's it going?"
Yeah. No. Yeah.
But you're super nice.
But it's the best thing about this is I can say I didn't peak in high school because
Right.
now at BYU I can walk on campus and people still say the same
no.
thing.
That's what I was about to get to. Is the fact that the pattern lives. The fact
Yeah.
that you went to BYU, and I feel like even though I wasn't there to witness everything, I just know that you probably had the same impact and the same like it's. I
think,
feel like it's just your
on a
character.
larger scale,
I think it's your
yes.
character.
Oh, that's nice.
Is it?
That's
Yeah.
nice.
I mean, I remember like we didn't really know each other, but like when I passed you in high school, like I was a little freshman, probably a little bit nerdier, awkward, weird, and I would just look at Colin and be like, we'd make eye contact, and you would say hi,
Oh,
and
of
I'm like,
course.
He's saying hi to me. The senior is saying hi.
I've got my bros, you know.
Yeah. It's gotta no, but seriously, I feel like it's just this positive energy or vibe
Thank
that you
you.
carry with you.
Thank you.
And
Wow,
You know, I'm
this,
glad
this
we're
podcast
recording
is
this
getting really
because I'm
sentimental.
gonna listen to this.
You're just gonna listen to
this is
part.
motivation.
Anytime I feel sad, you know, I'm just gonna be like, Henry being
Oh.
yeah. No, but serious. I mean, you probably weren't there when Colin was, but you felt it,
No.
right?
He's like, what?
Yeah,
He still doesn't know.
The
who I am.
presence, like the
Colin Ross.
positive energy.
yeah.
Peter's like, yeah.
Thank you.
I remember. Yeah, it's just your. I remember Bishop Whitworth.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I remember Bishop Whitworth, and I think he said, I still remember this. I don't know why, but he said one thing. He's like he likes one quality of you, and it was the fact that he's never seen you be mean to anyone. Like he's
Oh my
always seen you
gosh.
nice, and like obviously everyone gets angry at times, but the fact
Well,
that
not
oh, he doesn't get
not everyone.
He just looked at me. He's like, I've never gone angry in my life. No, but
Have you though?
Stop talking now. No, it's not an anger or it's not a feeling that I get too often. And
okay,
this is
so he's actually a happy baby.
This is actually no. I would describe myself as super positive, super
That's
not
good.
necessarily outgoing, but like warm and inviting.
Yeah,
But one of the I've discovered on my mission,
yeah.
like this feeling of like anger, and like I don't want to say I felt anger for the first time at 18, but I remember feeling like a feeling that I was like, what is this feeling? Like, why do I feel so
Whoa,
like not good? And I was like, am I angry right now? And so like I just kind of put it together that like I was just frustrated. Like the mission, it happens.
Rough.
Some people
Man.
just for whatever reason, like your companion or maybe your investigators, people you're teaching, or anything really, like the weather. It's you get a bunch of different emotions that maybe you won't even have felt until then. Who knows? But yeah, I can remember like feeling anger for the first time. Like
So you're
on
just
my mission.
you're just naturally.
Yeah,
So
I
we're getting from
definitely-
this. You
Yeah.
never
No.
gotten angry, and when you gotten angry for the first time on your mission, you're just like,
I couldn't even
I don't
describe
even know
it.
what this is.
I was like,
What
what
is
is
anger?
happening?
what is anger?
I remember thinking back and I was like,
And your what is it? Partner was just like, dude, what's going on?
yeah, no, I was like angry at him. So. But just for like a day, or no, like not even a day, and I was like, okay, we're cool again.
Wow.
I forgave him.
I can't fathom how you just. Yeah, some people I guess we're different.
I
some,
definitely would say I'm blessed though, and I
Yeah.
realized that.
Yeah. No, that's definitely something that you're lucky,
Yeah.
man. Because definitely being angry is not something you want to
Yeah.
be at ever. Like just even if you feel like you're justified to be angry, I feel like that's not the right way to go. Like
Here's
no
the
matter
thing,
how
though.
justified.
It's still really destructive.
Now that I felt it, like I can like feel it again. I can notice it now.
Mhm.
But like that sounds so weird saying.
Yeah,
now
he
that I
lost his
felt
virginity
it,
of
like-
anger.
but like I definitely notice it like more now. So it's like, oh, I just gotta be patient. I gotta like calm down.
That's really interesting.
So you finally got angry.
Yeah. No, when you say it like that, I mean it sounds kind of weird, but
No, yeah,
it's true.
but it's everyone's different. But it's that's like one of the last things I wanted to mention.
Well, thank you,
I don't know
you
if you
I appreciate.
anyone else
that.
want to hit anything, but that's impressive. That's impressive.
But yeah, no, it was weird because at GHS, like I noticed people like, oh, it's like, hey, you're Colin or whatever.
Yeah,
And I could like talk to people, meet people that way.
yeah,
But then at BYU, it's just so much like on a larger scale that people would come up to me like, hey, let's like take a selfie, like you're Colin, you're the guy. And I'm like, oh, wow, you want to take
And
a picture with
he's
me?
only.
Like,
I'm just thinking about it, you're only a sophomore.
well, I'm going to be.
You're
Yeah, I
going,
was
you're
just-
going to.
I was
He's
the first
going
year.
to be a sophomore, and he's
Yeah.
already at this like level.
Yeah, but
Gosh.
kind of, to be honest,
That's
I kind of
Henry's dream
want
right
it
there.
to kind of like die down. Like I don't want to
Yeah.
be known forever as like the guy who was on a dating show. you
Yeah.
know? So I kind of want to like start my own path now,
I like that.
and hopefully I can use maybe like my fame or I don't like saying that, but like hopefully I can use the fact that people know me now to like start a club on campus. I'm thinking of starting a club, and so I think it'd be cool to have more people involved or do something like do my own thing, and I want people to know me for that.
No, yeah, no, 100%. I feel like it's impressive how I don't know how to like put it all in words, but one thing I did notice is the fact that you carry this. It's not like this was high school, like certain circumstances
Yeah.
happen, you got to this level somehow by accident. It's like college comes, rolls over, you're
And
consistent.
Yeah,
You're still
that's
there.
the craziest
And
thing.
that's impressive.
I think it's maybe because he never gets mad.
No,